Spend a lot of money, don't break anything. What do you think? See? There's good stuff, right?
No, there's not.
Cameron!
Storage Wars is a reality TV show airing on Andy about storage unit auctions. The show follows auctioneers and bidders who are trying to gain a profit by buying abandoned storage lockers in hopes of finding hidden treasures. BRANDI Passante and Jared Schultz were one of the most dynamic duos, affectionately known as the Young Guns, with their distinct personalities giving that extra touch to the show. They became a fan favorite and remained so for a while, until things went downhill for the couple, eventually leading to Brandi's disappearance from the show. So what exactly could have caused this sudden disappearance? Sit tight as we uncover the huge reasons that contributed to her disappearance from the show. But first, let's see what the show was all about. Storage Wars' concept is based on storage units being auctioned out due to defaulters who fail to pay storage fees for their storage unit rentals. Most states in the U.S. allow storage companies to legally auction off the contents of these units when a certain amount of non-payment is reached, allowing would-be buyers to purchase the contents. This lends an interesting treasure-hunting element to the auctions, as bidders quite literally get only a few minutes to glance inside a unit without touching anything. They then place their bids based on instinct and whatever might visibly be seen, further creating high-risk and high-reward situations. Each episode of Storage Wars follows the main cast visiting different storage facilities and going into fierce battles for units via bidding. The suspense of the auction combines with the mystery of what could be in each unit, which could be anything from household junk to very rare antiques and collectibles. After a cast member has won a unit, the episode then shifts its focus to him as he goes through the items in the unit and determines their value with occasional use of experts in art, antiques, or memorabilia. BRANDI Passante and Jared Schultz joined the cast of Storage Wars in 2010, bringing with them their fresh and memorable energy. For the time, they were newcomers into the world of storage auctions and ran a small thrift store in Orange, California called Now and Then. Unlike some of the veteran buyers in this program, they would often be watchful with their finances, making their storyline even a bit more relatable. They appeared at the auctions cautiously ambitious in search of those scores that would be valuable on a modest budget to keep their business running. On screen, they were often lighthearted but never afraid to disagree or argue about bidding strategies. While Jared took more of a gambling approach with the bidding, BRANDI was more practical. Together, they were in many ways the underdogs of bidders compared to other more seasoned pairs, but their ability to adapt quickly kept a loyal audience moving forward for years. Eventually, BRANDI and Jared became indispensable to the success of the show, which proved that in order to be successful in storage auctions, one did not necessarily have to have a big budget, but determination, quick thinking, and a little bit of luck. One of those elements that makes Storage Wars very different from other reality television shows out there is that it combines suspense, strategy, and discovery. The interesting psychological element of the auction format is that, with only a couple of seconds to decide, each bidder has to make quick decisions based on only a few visual clues. The balance of skills and risk comes into view as the bidders use their knowledge and instincts in an attempt to estimate what a unit might be worth. In addition, the cast is filled with quirky personalities who do not all see eye to eye, bringing added drama and popcorn value to the show. An example can be found in the continuing rivalry between BRANDI and Jared, among other stars like Dave Hester, who has made his name as an aggressive bidder. Another unique aspect of the show is the post-auction appraisal process. Once a buyer has won a unit, they sift through items in it and often consult experts to appraise their most valuable finds. These interactions with specialists enable viewers to learn about a host of collectibles including vintage toys, antique furniture, rare memorabilia, and historical artifacts, educating them as they watch. While Storage Wars was somewhat successful, it also seemed to be caught up in its fair share of controversies. One of the most noted involved Dave Hester, an odd cast member known for his classic catchphrase, "Yup." In 2012, he filed a lawsuit against Andy, stating that the show was staged. He said sometimes the producers would salt storage units with items to add an element of surprise. She said the show had tricked its audiences by embedding valuables into lockers, thereby giving some bidders an unfair advantage. Andy denied the charges, but after a lengthy and protracted legal battle, the suit was settled out of court. The controversy did, however, raise questions as to how real reality TV could be and just how spontaneous Storage Wars was. In another instance, Mark Bolello, who was also a regular bidder on the show, faced some personal and legal problems, which made the show just a little sad. Bolello died in 2013. Reportedly, he committed suicide, which was an incident that cast a shadow of gloom in the Storage Wars community. The incident did bring in a few questions about the pressures of reality television, particularly in a space where contestants were always engaged in strife. Another example of the legal complication comes from the cast of the show, Dan Dotson, who is the auctioneer, and his wife Laura Dotson. They were sued by a woman named Mary Padian for not being able to signal some of the legal conditions of purchasing a storage unit. This lawsuit was not so publicized in the media. However, it increased the number of legal disputes against the show and showed how complex the process of storage unit auctions can be. Of course, Brandi and Jared had their own set of post-show controversies. Jared was arrested in 2021 after Brandi accused him of domestic violence against her. While unrelated to Storage Wars, the incident brought more public awareness about the lives of reality TV stars off stage and the kinds of personal hardships that may be met by individuals when their lives are under high scrutiny within the public eye. Notwithstanding these controversies, Storage Wars remains a popular show, having spawned such spin-offs as Storage Wars, Texas, and Storage Wars, New York. The show broadened interest in storage auctions among viewers. Brandi and Jared's popularity helped secure the show's legacy and prove that everyday people could have success through grit and creativity. All in all, Storage Wars combined elements of risk and reward with personality-driven drama. Brandi and Jared made the show most entertaining to viewers. However, the controversies and lawsuits that erupted proved there is often a hidden downside to reality TV. With their undeniable chemistry and upbeat back-and-forth dynamic, Brandi Passante and Jared Schultz found themselves one of the favorite couples on the show Storage Wars. Nicknamed the young guns of the show, much of their relationship often seemed built upon mutual support, with both bringing different energies and styles into their bidding strategy. Brandi often came off as the more cautious and the more practical partner to balance out Jared's spontaneous risk-taking personality. That dynamic balance gave the audience a feeling of a really strong partnership. At first, the show's viewers were so enamored with their on-screen chemistry they overlooked or did not catch any tension between them. Their interactions seemed natural and full of humor, which a lot of viewers would write off as normal stress induced in competitive environments of storage auctions. However, this couple had strained relations behind the scenes, although it was only minimally insinuated on the show. As time went on, one or two subtle hints came out when some of the disputes on bidding strategy seemed to hold deeper irritations. As time went on, there had been growing tensions between Brandi and Jared on camera, which made fans speculate whether there were any problems in the relationship. However, since they were not married, most viewers felt that any tension between them was just because of filming pressures and running a business together. Their chemistry was to be one of the biggest reasons people watched the show. It was hard to even imagine Storage Wars without them as a team. Well, news of the breakup, officially announced in 2020, came out of the blue to shocked fans who didn't even know how strained things had grown between them. Brandi later said they had separated for some time before the announcement, making it clear they actually had been keeping it private for a bit of time. In interviews, she has also confirmed that their relationship had in fact been challenging, especially when the pressures of a hot reality show started to bear down. After separating, Brandi and Jared continued to appear on Storage Wars, but individually, not together as in times past. This transition gave the series a whole new dimension and left viewers in a frenzy while yearning for the earlier seasons when Brandi and Jared played couple goals. Their story reminds one that even on-screen, highly compatible couples can have issues going on, and other times it's the chemistry that draws viewers in the first place that masks real underlying problems. Both have stayed in the storage auction business since their breakup, and their enduring popularity serves to underscore how iconic their Storage Wars pairing really was. Immediately after the breakup, Brandi Passante and Jared Schultz remained active on Storage Wars. However, it has intensified the tension and competition between the two. The light friendship that used to be adorned with light teasing was replaced with much more acidic remarks, cold stares, and hostile interactions. It didn't take long for viewers to catch on to this added element of tension. Brandi and Jared also never held their tongues concerning frustrations with one another, often right in front of cameras. The separation added a truly palpable hostility to their interactions. Apart from this joint business and personal partnership, Brandi and Jared started not only bidding against each other for units they may have strategized to get together, but did so in a very aggressive manner. In the end, it formed very serious tension, not just between them, but within their group of bidders, since other cast members at times saw themselves in the crossfire. These on-screen bid battles between Brandi and Jared brought drama to the series, but the hate was as real as it gets and reminded everyone that their split wasn't exactly amicable. Not only did the feud continue on screen, but soon rumors of domestic problems in their relationship started filtering through. In 2021, Jared Schultz was accused of domestic abuse after some kind of physical altercation with Brandi. According to various reports, Schultz had allegedly pushed Passante during an argument at a bar, for which police were called. Brandi later confirmed the incident, and though she didn't go into great detail with the press, it seemed more had been going on in the relationship than fans saw on Storage Wars. The allegations brought some legal troubles to Jared and tainted his public image, teasing the curiosity of the fans and other news media outlets even more. These domestic abuse allegations were just proof that things got messy in the aftermath of their relationship. Neither of them has spoken much about the altercation or deeper reasons for their separation, but the tension grew between them. Their interactions have grown cold, with Brandi frequently showing frustration toward Jared's presence and competitiveness, and Jared dismissive, brushing off her reactions with indifference or annoyance. This almost changed the focus of Storage Wars, making a show full of personal drama. What was once a friendly competition with partners has more often than not reflected deeper resentment and unresolved issues. Both have moved forward with the show despite it all, but no longer represent the cohesive Young Guns team that their fans once loved. This public, ongoing animosity between Brandi and Jared has granted Storage Wars a rawer, more combative edge. Their story in that respect is a potent but somewhat sobering reminder of how personal and professional lives can collide and unravel. When Brandi Passante and Jared Schultz finally broke up, Storage Wars did not show what was going on with the two on both a personal and professional level. The tension between the two has always been high while being on camera, and things actually got quite interesting when an alleged adult film controversy surfaced about Brandi, resulting in a number of legal issues and public scandals. It started with the word of one tape going online, which was said to feature Brandi, which set the swirl of rumors and speculations running rampant. The fans of Storage Wars jumped to conclusions, and before she knew it, Brandi was the center of a scandal she hadn't anticipated. She went through great pains to squash the rumors, to disassociate herself from the video. But somehow the story just would not go away, making headline after headline and further damaging an already marred reputation, adding even more tension to an already dramatic life on and off of the show. Brandi filed a court lawsuit to clear her name and restore her reputation, saying she was not in the video, and that her identity had been falsely used. Just this case underlined how tough being a reality star can get, as public opinion and rumors get way out of hand rather easily, especially when your personal demons are playing out in front of everyone. While Brandi was trying to clear her name, Jared was giving sneak peeks of his life with a new partner. He immediately took to social media and posted pictures with his new girlfriend, where the fans got a chance to comment and speculate even further on why the former couple had split. But this was only a layer of the impossible situation Brandi found herself in. It wasn't enough she had lost a longtime partner, but was now going to have to watch him publicly move on while she dealt with the fallout of the separation and the ongoing stress of the show. These social media posts were painful reminders of their breakup that had only fanned the flames of the rivalry that had begun to define their interactions on Storage Wars. It's in the wake of these controversies that Brandi spoke out about stresses she had been facing as a single mom and a reality star. She openly confessed that Storage Wars had become, hands down, way more stressful than she had ever imagined. The great, fun, and exciting times at the start with Jared became an isolating and overwhelming burden for her, making it difficult for her to continue filming. The nature of the competition and the high stakes of the show somehow made her stand in the spotlight, which she couldn't get out of, and the increasing on-screen and off-screen conflicts with Jared raised the bar of her stress level further. Brandi said the reality show, Storage Wars, took a toll on her family life and her relationship with her children. She says it was filming demands, combined with the personal struggle of the split from Jared, that took away the much-wanted time and energy needed to connect with the children. At one point in her life, it seemed that the reality show was taking all the time for her family. All these really weighed a lot on her mind and alienated her from the kids. Of course, this was another strain and was frustrating, adding to her feeling less and less happy about Storage Wars. It was the combination of this public scandal, the new relationship with Jared, and filming that was taking a further toll on her family life that made Brandi rethink her role on the show. The drama with Jared would not let her be in front of or away from the camera, giving her no peace, no semblance of normalcy. It seemed she had been caught up in some sort of vicious circle whereby public judgment blended with personal problems and troubled relationships, each feeding into the other. She got into Storage Wars because it was all so exciting and fun, which are all now lost and replaced by stress with a yearning for stability. The decision wasn't an easy one, but she knew it would be best for her and her family to leave the show. When Brandi decided to leave Storage Wars, it signaled the end of an era since she was one of the most loved figures in the show. From an adventurous young gun with Jared to a single mom navigating the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune and personal trials, life does get complicated and pressurized for a reality TV figure. Her reason for leaving the show outlined the emotional toll of fame and conflict that comes with it, especially when one puts one's family and personal life on the forefront. Leaving Storage Wars allowed Brandi to give herself and her family priority away from cameras and scrutiny that reminded her of every turn of her past relationship. That gave her a chance to restart life and get back with her children while removing that extra burden of public opinion and on-screen rivalry. That's where we draw the curtain on this Brandi story, and we hope you enjoyed the video. Do check back for new videos, and we will see you in the next one.